All right, welcome to the latest episode of the Coleman Power Organic Fitness Podcast. Yes, it's Thursday again. Well, actually, only if you're watching it or listening to it on the day it goes out, which probably most people don't do. Nonetheless, let's go cracking on this solo podcast because I haven't done one in ages. Okay, and this one is pretty interesting because this came off the back of chats with clients that I'm working with at this moment in time because they were asking me, "Is there anything I'm going to be doing different coming into the winter months?" And yes, so today's podcast title. All right. 5 things I'm doing more of, all right, for my health going into the winter. All right. So after that, right, the first of the things, we're talking a little bit about, boom, training. I am doing full body workouts. I had previously been building up, do very little weight training for the cycle that has been unbelievably well received. Okay, cycling all the way from Giants Causeway all the way down to Waterford, stopping off at those unbelievable farms all the way, right? And every one of them was female orientated and or had the main farmer being the female, which, as they say, isn't that common. But by God, we found them in abundance all the way down that east coast of Ireland. And I was super grateful to have it completed and have it done. That's for sure. And not only that, it's something that now has me leaning less on a bike because, I had enough of the bike. Just the truth of it. And to switch up your exercises keeps you interested in continuing to doing some form of exercise, which is essential for all things health. Okay, so my training now is actually predominantly the same I would line up for the likes of people on my programs. I'm doing full body workouts. I'm doing 2 sets of dumbbells. I'm roughly doing either 50 seconds on with the likes of a 10-second rest for 5 different exercises. Gets me a 25-minute workout for me. Or if I want to bump it up and put a lot of pressure on, right, I increase the weights or I increase that by another exercise, which gets me to 30. Okay, 30 minutes. So no more, between 20 and 30 minutes is where I'm going to say be aiming for my sessions. And I'm doing the likes of my workouts, right, typically at home or in a gym-based setting where it's just using 2 sets of dumbbells. So it could be done anywhere in the world. I'll be doing a lot of traveling with the different, I'm going to say, events that I'll be doing, such as like Camino, still keeping active, right? So that's literally me lining up my training. And not only that, during these October months, the month of, October months, this and October and even November, at the weekends, right, I try to take off as someone that's self-employed, but not only that, I also try and take it off to do a healthy activity, such as a long walk with a friend or family members, all right, inclusive of, I'm going to say, a healthy meal directly after that, right, a walk, a hike, or anything else. And that's going to be all in alignment with what I'll be doing all this coming winter, okay, which was different to my summer training, which is non-stop cycling, as you well may have saw on the likes of my stories on both Instagram and TikTok. You know it. Okay, so those are the big things that I do. And I'm also doing very little, I'm going to say, of cardio. Like, I'm not on that bike, but what I am doing is those finishers at the end of my sessions. I like getting a sweat on. It really gives me that tick a box as I really sweat it out. And really important to actually do some type of high intensity at the end of that is because, all right, because right in the winter months we don't typically sweat as much as we would in the summer months, which means your pores can become blocked, and that's something that is going to improve my skin health over the winter months. That if anyone is looking to gain the advantage of, I cannot recommend enough for you. So that's my training for you guys interested in that main topic. All right. Next thing is that loads of people often ask me, what extra stuff do you be drinking? Right. I do drink a bit of hot water, right? Just like this beverage. But not only that, I is leaning towards, okay, the likes of apple cider vinegar, these beverages. So beverages is the second of the 5 things that I literally have been doing, and will be doing more of in the coming months. Okay, in the winter. I'd love to know what Irish is for winter. Anyway, not to worry. The next thing is apple cider vinegar is the first thing. It's aiding in digestion, okay, because we typically eat more fibrous foods. I do anyway, because trying to eat with the seasons, from squash to pumpkin to added greens and apples in itself. So those are all the things that I would be eating more of in these coming months, right? But not only that, just the apple cider vinegar. I have it either before a meal, I have it typically after. You can also have it in the middle and as a dressing. I like my food too much to be covered over with apple cider vinegar. Depends on your preference, but not me, really, not me. That's the truth. And I always tell people exactly what I'd be doing, because some people be lying and telling them all sorts of shenanigans that they'd be at. Right? I'm actually just doing the apple cider vinegar. Not that I love it. I add a little bit of warm water to it and I take a shot of it, either with my breakfast or with my lunch or with my dinner. Try to do it once a day is what I would lean towards. And the one that I'm actually using is Clash Granny apple cider vinegar with the mother. Right? If you haven't ever heard, I'm going to say, of you haven't ever heard of Clash Granny, you need to get on it. That is an organic product. It's an Irish based product. And not only that, it's something that is from Waterford. I'm from Waterford. Yes. Oh yay. Get in there. And yep, let's support all those Irish producers, especially the Waterford lads. Get on it. And it's not a million miles away from the hometown Ballyduff, where I'm from. So it's in Portlock. So that's one of the beverages I've been drinking. Okay, I've also been doing a lot more of green, and we'll be doing a lot more of green teas. All right, and it's something that, right? Yeah, a lot of people even here mentioning previously to me that that what their grandparents used to do is what we all should be kind of doing, right? Whether it's apple cider vinegar with a little bit of honey or the likes of some orange juice every day. There's vitamin C. There's natural benefits to that honey as well. Natural antibiotics. Real food is medicine, right? Medicine is food. Let's start eating more of the good stuff, right? We're on it. Everyone should be on it. And after that, the more we eat our drink of these healthy foods, whether it's apple cider vinegar and the honeys and everything else, the healthier we will become and stay healthier. That's what we're looking for. And that goes on to the green tea. Green teas are on now at the minute. It's going to be typically loose leaf, because I don't like teas in general. I'm not your typical Irish person to drink the tea. And talking to my parents and my elders, loose leaf tea, lads, is where it was at, right? The glue that holds the tea bag together, as well as the tea bag itself. You nearly wouldn't believe it, but we kind of know anyway. It's made from plastic. You add hot water to plastic. You drink that. That's microplastics. We're looking to improve our health, but like a little small piece of is every day. But what happens is, if you're drinking tea every day, and I'm just trying to point out the things that I'm doing to you. These are minuscule, but also all the small things add up. Okay, so tea, I'm trying to drink it loose, and even if it does come in a tea bag, open up the tea bag, pour it in, bish bash bosh. You was on a winner. There's loads of different things. There's like little funnels you can get and sieves to put over the cup, and you can pour the thing in, add water to it. Then all those work. So let's go and do more of that if you're into it. That's what I'm at. I'm just telling you, tea is good. I just like it without the microplastics. Thank you very much. That's number 2. Third of the beverages that I'm now consuming a hell of a lot more of is aronia berry juice. If you haven't heard about it, I've had most certainly Steve Collins on the podcast, that was a major podcast, got a boost in views on that month. So if you haven't checked out that podcast, I definitely recommend you to. He's actually a doctor and someone that's very well spoken, been down to the farm as well, and there might be future prospects. Stay tuned for that. Down on his farm outside Bantry, County Cork, West Cork, as the fella says. Cork is Cork, and then there's West Cork, and that's where he's based. So we're lining up different things in the new year for that. So looking forward to that in itself. And after that, let's look at why I'm drinking that. Right, aronia berry juice is something that would be, I'm going to say, high in polyphenols. Right, aronia berry juice. I'm actually 100% sure how to spell it. Aronia, aronia berry. Right, but the name of the company is Phyto, Phyto berry juice. Right, so it's aronia berries, but it makes phyto berry juice, and that's something that Steve, I'm not paid to do this, I just drink the stuff because it's higher in antioxidants than blueberries. They're easier to grow than blueberries for people who are looking to grow a little bit more of them. Okay, so check Steve's podcast out and his product. I like it. I have shots of it, right? And I actually, when I were alive, you've seen my stories, and some people and that I work with, I also share privately that what I do, this is another thing, it adds so much to it. I'm actually drinking that typically on a Friday evening out of a wine glass. Why? And that's one of those things that it's the social aspect. Other people that I may be hanging out with on Friday nights. I love it. Could be drinking beverages. Well, I also am drinking beverages of the health kind. So that's what we're looking at. And on and into the coming months that are improving my health on the second of the things, such as training being number 1 and the beverages being number 2. And number 3, okay, of the 5, we are leaning in towards doing a hell of a lot more foraging, okay, foraging for mushrooms, foraging even for hawthorn, which I am not an expert on foraging, but I'm going to have more and more guests on here if they haven't been already lined up. If you haven't checked those out, definitely do. Phoebe is one of them. Nicole from Hoth is also another one. I'll do 2 of them. Dublin based. She could be Wicklow. We'll say no more. It's up the east and the centre of the country is where the foragers that I've had on this show are at. Because Wicklow is kind of foraging country, you could say. But remember, every county has foraging locations and woods and wetlands are an abundance of areas where you can find different mushrooms, different trees that literally can give you an abundance of the good stuff, okay? Real foods. And again, if you're foraging, do not consume mushrooms that you do not and are not able to identify. So always go with a well-experienced forager. And I wouldn't even categorize myself as that, but I do know plenty of mushrooms that I know about 10 mushrooms that I could identify as well as consume and know that are perfect when cooked, right? Easiest one is shaggy ink cap. Okay, so I have a mushroom foraging book, which it's probably under the laptop that's we're actually recording for height for the mic, for the camera. So, so that's how we're rolling here. So yeah, they're all parts of Ireland, whether it's in Charleville, whether it's in the likes of, I'm going to say Wicklow or Roscommon and Donegal, where I'm going to, depending on when this podcast comes out. We're showing the longest Malatomism premiere up there. So if you're interested in that, definitely check it out. Next places we'll be going is probably Galway and then Kildare for that longest Malatomism premiere. So if people are watching here as they are on TikTok, if you are double tapping the screen, that really helps with the algorithm, boost it up. And if you're not following on the likes of TikTok, definitely do. It's my name. I put loads of content there that's not ending up on Instagram. So definitely check that out. Right? It's my name. COLMAN. Check it out. Okay. So not only that, the foraging items followed by, right, items that are really, really good and in season at this moment in time are your apples, stewed apple, lads. If you're not eating stewed apple right now, you are missing a trick, right? The idea is those apples, when stewed, contain firstly a type of fiber called pectin. The pectin is really good for your gut health. Your gut health is linked to your largest organ in your body. That's your skin. So let's go and get on the stewed apple. Whether you're making apple crumble, which I actually had this weekend with a friend after, all right, a big ass hike. Okay. Myself and dogs included, we're all not eating the apple crumble, went for the walks and the strolls. But that's what I want you eating more of. Foods come into season for a reason. You want to brighten up your skin? Also get on the pumpkins. These are things I like doing in heading into those winter months, right? So that's literally a no-brainer, right? The stewed apples, get on it. I want you to do it. And anyone, that is looking for recipes or ideas, check out the YouTube channel. Also free. Right. During these coming months, I will be doing more recovery because I've been going flat out, lads, with different events, retreats that I've hosted in September, cycling the length of Ireland, and the day-to-day stuff with clients and electric picnic and what else, different food festivals from Cork to Kerry to Limerick. Those are 3 that I have been doing with different talks, and I can't recommend getting these types of treatments. Okay, so the first of which for recovery that I have been doing, some of you may have seen it on social medias anyway, is the likes of Chinese medicine, Chinese therapies, such as the likes of cupping and acupuncture. These have really helped me in recovery and de-stressing, right? And there's someone that I would typically go to locally and always support local. And it's one of the things that, again, is able to improve blood flow. When you improve blood flow in combination with a diet, you will get a speedier recovery to full energy levels again. Let's do more of this. Okay. Grounding is also very simple if you haven't been doing that. I haven't even thought about mentioning that, but that's also definitely part of my recovery. And it just seems easier for me in the winter to do more grounding. And with my feet, I would typically get my hands just still muck on my nails from today's job, from growing. But that's all part of it, right? The foraging, touching soil, outside, sunlight, bish, bash, bosh, they're all connected. When you start doing one of these things, you get more benefits than just one, right? That's the no-brainer there for sure. Okay, after that, the things I will and be definitely doing is warming the soul. I'll be doing saunas. Yes, oh yay. There is an abundance of saunas all around the country. There is a new one opened on the Tremore Road, which I'll be definitely frequenting a hell of a lot more. And I've had guests on in relation to different saunas experiences that I found. And Monard Farm in County Wexford, also a very good, a new established, I'm going to say, farm enterprise. Definitely check it out if you're in the sunny southeast, right? And I have been also using, as a part of recovery, a grounded mat, right? That is from Dream Acres, right? I don't have any affiliations with anybody. And someone actually reached out to me there recently, like, oh, Colin, don't turn into an influencer that does all those like promotional, selling this, selling that. I haven't got one, firstly, promotional thing that I've been making money on. But also, lads, it's so hard as an entrepreneur to make your own money, right? Not that I'm ever going to be selling it that I don't believe in, but like the same people's also probably get money sent in, could be part of a government job and get loads of different holidays. We don't get holidays. We do not. I'm looking at 3 different cameras here. And the idea is, right, I will never sell anything or recommend something that I don't use. And on the day that I do, right, you catch me, right, unfollow me. I'm telling you there. But that won't happen because I'm too much of an honest man who's come up from the ground up. I feel like there should be a song playing in the background there. And, right, that's very important. To follow people that you like, know, and trust and really, really should value people's opinion that, right, you would trade places with. That's really important. And some social medias can be called, whether it's Instatalk or Insta Money or Money Talk, as some people may have found. And yeah, don't be buying things just because other people are buying them. That's called influencing, right? I use things, and if you see me using them, I'm not paid to do it. Not as yet of anything. Not even this lovely hat from Spain. Just put a hat on my head. Looks cool. Might leave it on there for a few minutes. Okay. After that, right, we're moving on to other recoveries of saunas. I'm going to say different Chinese medicines or treatments, such as acupuncture, cupping, and I've actually forgotten the name of the mat. I got it for a Christmas present. Chakra mat. It's literally like as cheap as chips to get a form of tension away from the shoulders and your back, where a lot of people hold that attention, like chest out, shoulders back, and I'm doing it a lot more of. And I would typically do 15 minutes before the evening bed. Or evening bed. There's no midtime bed. There's only morning and evening beds in my life at this moment in time. So that's what I've been doing, and that's what I put down to my recovery sessions. Right, after that, right, leads me on to sleep. Sleep for me was a little bit poor leading up to all those different events, because lo and behold, lads, I call it spade. I was up to 90, trying to organize a retreat, trying to get to all the different food festivals, taking on clients online, and right, that's a fair mouthful. And my business has been doing better and increasing slowly, which is amazing, and I'm super grateful for that. Even listeners to this podcast, and the more people interact with the page, whether you're on the social medias or the podcast, listening to it, like you sharing it, you writing underneath posts and liking it in general, double tapping screens, sending in gift icons, is one of those things. And like just on, I suppose, helping with sleep, the cold plunges in combination with the saunas are what I do, and they really do help. Right, because you have to reduce your core temperature by 1% to initiate sleep. So I sleep better in the winter months nonetheless. All right. So that's well worth noting. And how long do I typically spend in the likes of the cold plunges? I um I do typically do 3 minutes, minimum of 3 minutes, okay, in combination with the saunas, and always finish in a cold or else a cold shower to close my pores. And I have been using a type of not paid. I don't pay to say anything, but I'm just saying what I use. I've been using this organic oil. I don't even know the name of it. I got it as a gift, and it's my skin health's going good. Skin health's going good. But I'm also doing a combination of all those other things. I'm sweating in the winter months. I'm also using the likes of high antioxidant beverages. Okay, the Berry, the green teas, and it's also dandelion tea. Literally get the leaf of the dandelion and put it into a cup. Add water. There's loads of videos I have up on that and how simple it is. Reducing the microplastics in my diet, in everyone's diet, also really key. So that's something that I've been working on my sleep because I needed it. Okay, I needed better sleep if I wanted to have more energy. So would you believe I wasn't even at full steam going through those different events? And only, wait till you see me now, only going to get better from here. Increased energy levels, come on, right? Because of the questions you guys ask and or the interactions, that helps me too. Right, and the last of the things I'm going to touch on, I suppose those are my 5 things, but the last thing is that I've been really focusing on for better health for myself. The 5th thing is my hobbies, right? Because a lot of us, when we come out of a certain age, we think that we shouldn't have hobbies, or we just leave them go. Whether it's playing sports, whether it's jigsaws, crosswords, and anything else in between. I have started up and now going to excel in doing more classes in person because I want to get better at it. It's my Irish. Tá mé kind gaeilge agus béarla gach lá. Tá mé ag siúil sa Glasgow in you. Tá mé ag obair sa Gardaí sa Portlock in New Freshen. And that's just me saying I speak Irish and English every day. I was walking on the Greenway this morning, and August, I love saying and just replacing one word is what I've kind of been doing. Like August, I don't try and say and anymore. So as I kind of I'm saying and, I'm kind of it's August. August is and then come on the prayers. I'm done. Coleman is my name. I'm walking most places, throughout most days, and then that means Gachlaw every day. And after that, and I was nearly and August, Gurmi August, thanks a million. So that's still something that I can't recommend enough to people, is to do and pick up a hobby, a healthy hobby. If anything, it's not pick up sitting in front of the television and doing more of that and eating more rubbish. Let's not do that. Let's do more of these things coming into those chilled winter months. Okay? So that's something that came off the back of, I'm going to say, a chat I had with a client of mine. And after that, there will be more opportunities for people to join the organic fitness program and or private groups that touch on accountability, growing, as well as nutrition, and seeing a little more of the inside stuff like this and how I would incorporate it into my day. And if anyone's interested in that, just literally send me the words, I'm going to say CPOF in a DM, and I'll send you more information on the different groups, as well as the likes of that inside community that I have too. Okay, that gets discounts on all and reduced rates on all different events that I have. All right. Other than that, I love ending these podcasts. I have done for the last 5 odd years. Stay tuned, stay classy. All right, and keep it organic and get on that good stuff.